Hey there, welcome. It's Christine, and thanks for joining me for another 10-minute sketching session. Now, I seem to have forgotten my phone, so I'll just have to try to keep track by looking at my computer monitor. So, anyway, every day I'm trying to go live every other day or so to keep myself accountable and you guys for giving yourselves 10 minutes of just fun sketching practice. And no matter how it turns out, you've just spent 10 minutes enjoying being in your right brain and not thinking about the past or the future, just being here now. So you can draw what I'm going to draw, or you can draw something else. So today is just about support and community and accountability. So do say hi in the chat box if you'd like to. And we're just going to keep it to 10 minutes, I promise, every day. So the other day, I found this. Well, I've had it for decades, but I found it packed in a box because I just moved. And so this is a super cool looking piece of driftwood. So we are going to draw that today. And so let's get started. And you can use any materials you want to. I am just going to be using my trusty charcoal pencils, but you can use anything. I might just start with this pencil and get my glasses on. So it's just fun to sit and observe. Sometimes something kind of weird like this that might be even considered ugly, because then you're not as concerned and nervous about drawing something perfectly beautiful, okay? And so I'm just going to draw it right here. And then, yeah, so let's get started. Yep, it's 3:02. All righty. And yeah, mine, I'm going to be looking at the one on, yeah, the one on my desk here is going to look a little bit different angle than what you're looking at it. So you just do your own thing, okay? Because things like this that are super three-dimensional are going to look different on the monitor. But if I try to look at it at the monitor, it's upside down and backwards, which is really confusing. So I'm just going to do my own thing here, looking at the real one I have in front of me. And you can just draw whatever you want to. Anyway, yeah, this is a cool piece of driftwood. And so I'm just going to start shading it. I'm going to use this super extra soft pencil, and then I might lift out some highlights and shadows and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to kind of put an overall medium value everywhere, and then do some darkening of the darkest values and lightening. And yeah, I love drawing things like this that are a little confusing. You can't quite tell what they are because it tricks your brain into really, really looking at it. And so that gets you out of your left naming brain and makes you just really be in the moment and looking closely. And there's no way to get this wrong because there's a million different shapes of driftwood. So yeah, I just got a medium value there everywhere. And these sessions aren't really meant to be classes or lessons. They're more for accountability. If you want to join one of my classes, I've got some online and other places, but today is mainly for accountability. Now there is a cast shadow as well. And again, yours might be in a little bit different places than mine, but and there's also kind of two of them because we have some very strange lights here in the studio. It's a little different than being in the outdoors where there's just one nice cast shadow. So I'm just going to kind of draw what I see then. And the cast shadow is lighter than the subject. So I'm going to actually soften everything up. And I just use this cool little blending stomp. You could use a Q-tip. And if you start to follow these with me as I go live, You can collect these materials because I'm going to try to always use these same materials in case you want to follow along. And I just love charcoals because they're so fast compared to a pencil in terms of covering a wide area quickly with a lot of values. And yeah, I'm going to use this fatter one, in fact. So these come in a lot of different sizes. I always just kind of get the medium value and then I add more darks and then lift out my lights. Yeah. So I'm going to make it darker now, especially on the edges. This is rounded, and I always suggest that people kind of touch what they're drawing. The idea isn't necessarily to try to finish a drawing, of course, in 10 minutes. So I don't want you to feel stressed and rushed. The idea is just to spend 10 minutes with an enjoying and relaxing drawing process. I'm going to try to round this. This area is fatter than that area, so it's going to have more rounding, more values. And then I'm going to start adding some of these holes. There's a lot of holes all over here. And they're super there's a lot of patterning here. And, you could get really in your head about trying to count them and everything, but driftwood's just going to be different all the time. So you don't have to it's not like drawing a dog with 2 ears and a nose. So you can just do whatever you want. Kind of like that. Yeah. And there's, some neat kind of lines I can add here. Maybe I'll use my hard pencil for that. There's some lines all over here. Okay. And then already gonna get just a couple more minutes left. So I'm just gonna firm up, especially this side where I'm gonna have my biggest cast shadow. And maybe oh yeah, this part had an interesting kind of thing here. So I hope you would continue to draw after our 10 minutes together. Continue to work on your piece. You could take a screenshot if you have a phone, if you're not watching this already on your phone, which a lot of people do. But you could take a screenshot or a photo with your phone. So at the end now, it would be fun to keep working on this just forever. But at the end, yeah, there's a lot of more dark stuff in here, isn't there? And I think a lot of people say they don't have time to draw, but once you get started like this with 10 minutes, I bet you that you might keep going and find yourself a half hour later still drawing, which is really cool. So we could get really detailed here if we want. I think I'm going to soften these up. I think we're almost out of time because, yeah, I had forgotten my timer. I just want to soften those cast shadows to really make sure that they look like a cast shadow and they don't look like actually part of the object. Hopefully. Yeah. And then, yeah, just get a little bit. This parts comes right up here, actually. Let me try to really get this. Yeah, that looks like it's coming up towards us a bit. And this is in the shadow a bit. And there's a shadow under there. So, okay, I think we have a minute left. So I started a little bit late. I was trying to find the remote to turn the air conditioning off because it's really loud. And that's another reason I only go for 10 minutes because the air conditioner is too loud for me to be able to go live. I'm trying to, yeah, I'm trying to see. Yeah. Oh, people say, "What is this?" This is a piece of driftwood. Yeah. Cool piece of driftwood. And it's got all these really deep holes in it and all these kind of lines all over the place. And if I wanted to go really crazy with some highlights, because we got some nice darks here, and we got some nice darks here, and just so I've been trying to look for some accountability for my own drawing practice as well. So that's why I'm doing these too. This is going to be a summer series. And so if you're liking this, please share this. I'm making a playlist of these 10 minutes on my YouTube channel. So it's easy for you to go back and see all of them. Now, if I want to go crazy with some highlights, because we're almost out of time, I'm going to use my fun Uni Posca pen. And I'm just going to make a few highlights so we can make it look a little bit more three-dimensional on the tops of some of these areas. Yeah, that's right. And where else? We got some cool. Okay, yeah. So this is a piece of driftwood. Isn't that fun? And I could maybe add some more lines if I want to. There's so many patterns in here, but I don't want to go crazy with it. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed our 10 minutes of sketching. Be sure to like and follow, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and be sure to share this if you know anybody who needs to have some more me time and get into the right brain and just spend time in the moment, not worrying about the past or the future or even worrying about the product, just enjoying being here in the moment, playing with hand-eye coordination with our pencils or pens or whatever you seem to have. So we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.